the marathon. We are here to know the answer.
Act right now. We are here and make a difference.
We are here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last of our Giving Tuesday actually broadcast. But with that being said, I want to bring up the woman of the hour, Gale West. And Gale, we're going to end this puppy today because nobody wants to listen to me talk anymore. I don't want to listen to me talking anymore.
It's been a long day. It
really has been. Let's talk about you, though. And I want to talk to, I got to bring it up on the screen, though. I got to get to you. I have a file on you, Gale.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm worried about that now.
That's one thing that I can do is to put together a file on somebody. That I really like doing history where I can do research, even though it probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people because a lot of people don't like to do research, but I do. So let's start with this research here, Gale.
Oh.
Now, there's a good picture of you with Claire, and Claire is a youth teacher, and she used to be the youth director there.
Yes.
But
she also teaches adult classes too.
Right. Plus, she does the pink parties.
Well, and she is an artist in her own right because she has done commission work also.
Right. Yes. And I think the Northport Art Center would be lost without her.
Absolutely.
So we want to do a shout out to Claire Harvey.
And her husband, Barry Thorne. Oh, look at that. Without the two of them, the board would really be in, really in a deep trouble because she is the one that's been here, has helped us since July when we lost our last executive director. She has been there for us all the way. So
and she does as much as she possibly can. And tries to learn it if she doesn't know how. So, Okay, these two clowns here, those are both my hats. But we were at the Kia dealership, and I think it was for a school kickoff, or what was that for?
I think it was, and for the two people who are the least artistic, I think.
right here. I did make those hats. So both of those hats I had made.
You did a good at that, but I think what we were trying to do a craft thing for the kids, and we were supposed to time it. I couldn't do it. I said, how did I do it?
Oh, that's hysterical. I remember us having to do that. And I go, oh my gosh. And that's where it goes to say to the audience, if we can volunteer, you can volunteer, because we were on the board. And the thing is they needed volunteers to do the tent. Well, who raises their hand? The two artistic people. And what do we have to do? I mean, we were saying, oh, we can do that. You mean we have to do crafts with everybody? Are you kidding me? Me and you? Yeah. You know what, though? I face paint too. For the Charlotte players, I learned how to do face painting. Not that I'm good, but I even had Chris Constance. He's a surgeon. He's actually a plastic surgeon, and he's a county commissioner for Charlotte County. He helped me face paint. I could get him to come and do almost anything, that guy. Anyhow, as we're looking here, I want to show more. This is.
I like that picture.
I know that you probably wanted me to use it on this, but you know what? It's there. You have to give a little laughter in your life about things. And you talk about in this one about the how important the art center and how your grandkids actually use the summer and winter youth camps at the Northport Art Center, and and how you got not involved. because that's not on here, that I got you in there as a secretary on the board because I knew you didn't have a secretary job anymore. No, it was all volunteer. She was the secretary for the Northport Chamber, and
5 years.
her term
5
was
years.
so I go, oh guys, you guys need a secretary here for the board. I know the perfect person. Gail, how would you like this? And here she is president because I had a resign because I was ill. Okay, and here's another picture. That's the one that's the one that I used on our
Yes, I know. And I can't remember where and what that was all about.
well, and it says volunteer on there.
Volunteer for something.
Yeah. Oh, you should just wear that across your forehead. Volunteer.
Well, yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're a serial volunteer, and so am I. I'm not as much anymore. I've learned the art of saying no. You know, I had to go for therapy for that. Did you know that? I had to learn. Yeah.
I told the board no 3 times. And the next thing you know, I was still the president. and I resigned twice in the first month.
and you know what? It's kind of like hitting your head against a wall, isn't it? Like, what is wrong with me? And when I resigned from the Northport Arts Center board, it was the first time I had ever resigned from anything in my entire life. That I resigned from there, and I go, oh man, I can't believe this, but I couldn't because I was going through cancer treatment. So, anyhow, enough about me. But there we have it. Let's talk about your sound therapy and since Gail was there, she ended up doing a class on sound therapy, the art of relaxation with Gale West. And I know she's invited me to come to this, and I haven't gone any place. And I said, Gail, do I have to lay on the ground? That's not going to happen. And you said, I can sit in a chair.
Sit in a chair and relax. It is much more relaxing for those who are able to get on the floor, lay on a yoga mat, and basically tell them, says, okay, relax. Feel as if you're surrounded by a nice fluffy cloud. Close your eyes. Do some deep breathing. Listen to the sounds. If something else comes in your mind, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Just sweep it away and listen and feel the vibrations. And actually, the reason I got involved in this, years ago, ended up buying a crystal bowl. I'm not exactly sure why. I did go to something and I thought this was nice. Well, I actually got into the sound therapy after Hurricane Ian. And that was, I needed a lot of help then. And my husband spent 4 months in Georgia at our sister-in-law's. And I was going up there to see him for Christmas. And I thought, okay, I really need to get into this. I've gone to a couple sound therapy at the yoga studios, but I need to do this, not just for me, but for other people. So I went to the Om shop in Sarasota and I got this little kit, took it up to Georgia. And during that Christmas, visitation with my husband, I did some practicing with this. And then I liked it so much. I came back and I bought more equipment. So I have 2 crystal bowls. I have a hammered bowl that came from Sedona, Arizona. I have a Tibetan bowl. I have a buffalo drum. I have a gong. I have a thunder drum, and it really sounds like thunder. And then with this, I have some shells that sounds like rain. So I use all of this of part of a 45-minute total relaxation session. And it's like, anyone who's out there, I know that you have stress in your life. Some of us don't want to admit that we have stress, and some of us say, oh, we can't do anything about it. But I can guarantee if you come to this session, you'll go away feeling like an entirely different person because all the stress that's been accumulating for that while is totally gone. Now, I can't guarantee that it won't come back the next day.
Or if you need stress, just go to the class and Gail can give you stress beforehand. Or
Oh,
if
yeah.
I show up, I'll give you the stress you need. Right.
Well, and the other thing too, we had an open house here recently, and I put out some of my instruments to show people that. And I've called myself your body mechanic, and that's because years ago I learned how to use a tuning fork, and I use tuning forks to do chakra balancing. But I also use a tuning fork, a weighted tuning fork, and this one either a 128 or an ohm tuning fork. I use that on hands and on the back to provide relaxation. I used it on my husband when he had a stroke, and the thing is, I was tuning his left hand, and he was basically paralyzed on the right. He got really agitated after the second or third day I was doing that, and I says, "What's wrong with you? It can't hurt you." He said, "I know, but you're doing this hand, and I feel it in the other hand." And so I did some tuning fork therapy on several of the ladies who came on the open house I guess about a week or so ago. And it really does emphasize the fact that we are full of energy. We project positive and negative energy. Everything around us creates energy. And most of the time it's negative energy. And we don't realize how we're tensing up. And sometimes, you don't realize that your shoulders are up right underneath your chin. So if you have any stress or anything, yes, you just need to, I tell them, put your shoulders back, take a deep breath, and relax. The tuning fork. and this was just something. Oh, I have to share this right now since we're talking about this. I mean, I use the tuning fork therapy because it helps release all the tension and stress in the body. But after the two hurricanes that came one right after the other, it was horrific. My daughter insisted that before Milton came, we had to leave town. And that meant packing up 4 cats and taking them with me. And when I came back, there was a Zoom meeting talking about how to do deep breathing to relax. Now, I've known this for years, that if you're under stress, you just need to stop for 2 minutes and do some deep breathing. But this was the other thing that someone showed me, is to go ahead and put your hand over your heart. You close your eyes and do some deep breaths. When I did that, I thought, oh my goodness. It was the most relaxation in such a short time period, because it's connecting the heart, the brain, the rest of the body to relax. We all need to take some time, especially now during this holiday season. It's a time that there's a lot of frustration. We want to get together with family, but sometimes it's frustrating to be with family. All these people are out there expecting you to buy them the perfect present. People spending 2 to 3 hours driving around in the shopping malls, trying to find a place. And the people, it's just stressful. So I encourage each and every person who is listening to share this message, that you need to take time for your own health to stop and take some deep breaths so you can de-stress. It's going to improve your mental condition. It's going to improve your health. It's actually going to improve your entire life, because if you are de-stressed and relaxed, everyone else around you is going to feel that. They're going to become de-stressed and relaxed.
Well, let's stress everybody out now. Let's stress them out and tell them about the Northport Arts Center. It has to be out of their home September 2025, so they're going to be homeless.
Yes.
And so
temporarily.
Well, hopefully it'll take care. We'll have a plan before then, but it depends on you yourself, how much you really want to save the art center. If you think it's important to you and your community, because I think it is. I think the arts are important. And the vision is to go ahead, Gail, because it's your vision right now. And my vision is something bigger, but I'm not involved right now.
I know. I'd like to say it bigger. The board did have a bigger vision, but right now, what the reality of it is, we don't have the property that we could go to a really wanted 3 to 5 acres. I think we all had kind of agreed on that, but we don't find 3 to 5 acres out there in the Northport community where the Northport Art Center can go. What we've asked, since we have to vacate our current premises. We've been here for 17 years. We have 2 buildings. These 2 buildings have been, shaken by numerous hurricanes, and they're not up to code. So the city's determined these buildings have to go, and they're going to demolish them after we leave. We've asked the city for the opportunity to come back and build a new structure on the footprint where we are right now. And we're looking at about 10,000 square feet, 2 stories, so that we could have enlarged, bigger classrooms. We have people that would like to come and teach, and they have 20 to 25 students, but we cannot accommodate them here. So we need to have larger classrooms. And we want a larger gallery space. We want to be able to have a little cafe where people can come and have some beverages. But one of the things that I think is critically important that I personally want to do is to be able to provide meeting space for other nonprofits, for businesses in the area, for individuals who want to have a place where they can meet. And looking at this, that's part of the plan for us to have 2 meeting rooms that people can use. And it kind of reminded me of what I did when we had Toastmasters in Inglewood. We were members of the Inglewood Chamber, and at night I was able to hold our meetings in their conference room. Picked up a key during the daytime, go that night, have the meeting, drop the key in the box. It was amazing because so many organizations want to get together, but there's not an affordable place for them to go. So that's part of the plan for the Northport Art Center, is to be able to collaborate and provide meeting space, affordable meeting space for other organizations, while we're also meeting the arts and cultural needs of the community.
Absolutely. And Northport needs it. You have about 90,000 people that live in Northport, the city of Northport, and it's supposed to grow up to 250,000 within the next 10 years. People, you need to look at your community. If you're planning on living there and staying there and having, if your children are young and you're having them grow there, or if you're an adult there and you want entertainment of some sort, whether it's visual arts or even performing arts or the spoken word, because the poetry, the Northport Poetry, what do they call themselves? Workshop. They call themselves the workshop. They meet there, and I don't know. I it's hard to talk to people that don't have the passion.
Well, also, when we're looking at this, it's like, wow, how much money do you need? And I'm thinking, I tried to look at, and it's when you're talking about having a new building, and I think they can look at this for some of the buildings that the city is looking at that they need to have, and I think the Boys and Girls Clubs, millions of dollars. So I'm thinking, how is that possible for me to comprehend that? So I thought I have to break it down to a lower level, and one of the ways to do that is to look at a grassroots where individuals can donate once a month a small amount of money, because that's like, dropping your coins into a can. It's going to grow. And it's easier if you go ahead and put $10, $15, $20 in there on a monthly basis. That's a lot easier than trying to go ahead and write a large check. So that's why I wanted to look at being a part of the grassroots, because this is a community. They're working people that they're consumed with having to work to bring home money to take care of the family. But at some point in time, they might have children or grandchildren that could benefit by coming to the arts programs here. It's a great opportunity for children to think outside the box, to be creative. It helps them build their self-esteem. It helps them associate with adults and also have a certain demeanor or behavior. That's part of what they value when they become a student of the arts.
And and you look, they can become members. This one's a board member application in case you want to be on the board there and actually come up with some of these solutions. There's a form on their website at www.northportartcenter.org. and you can click on, actually I'm clicked on make your donation today, the Giving Tuesday one, but it has all the forms for you, or how to donate, or community, calling all volunteers. Do you want to volunteer? There's a form there too for that, a PDF it looks like. And then you can join the mailing list, and you can also become a member too.
Well, one of the things where we're looking at now, we do have volunteers, but coming up this Saturday, the city has come to the North Part Arts Center and asked for us to provide volunteers to coordinate an arts craft program while the Poinsettia Parade is going on. And so we're going to be doing that as the George Malone Center. We've got some people. I have my granddaughter. My granddaughter has been participating in the arts classes, youth classes that they have, but she's also earning some volunteer hours by helping and donating back. So we're going to be there in the George Malone Center. I think it's from 3 to 7 during the parade. They can come there. There's going to be some free arts and crafts that they can participate in, and the city's come to us to provide volunteers. So we're out there, not just doing things within the art center itself, but getting involved out in the community. When we're looking at volunteers, we need volunteers that will help us put together some of the gallery receptions, because we want to support and recognize the volunteers and the artists in this community, but we put on receptions. And Marie, I think if anyone listened earlier, they know I'm going to be celebrating my 80th birthday on December 31st. Everyone's going to join out. They're going to celebrate on New Year's Eve, my birthday, But what's happening is so many people that have been with this art center are kind of aging out. We need to get some younger people out there to help continue this process of presenting arts in this community. So think about being a volunteer. You don't have to put in a lot of time. There could be specific programs that you could help with. Maybe hanging up artwork in businesses, maybe helping with the reception, being part of the community. I think that's what's critically important. Oh, scroll back down just a minute. I just want you to see. I'm not in this one, but that's as a paint party. I've taken 2 senior paint parties, and the thing that's so exciting about this is the first time you go to a paint party, if you say, "Oh, I can't paint, I can't do anything," that the paint party, the next one is coming up on December 14th. It is sponsored by the Sunshine Senior Solutions. So the first time you come, it's free. And then you get so excited about it. Oh, I want to do that. I want to, try to be more artistic. The second time you come, it's only $9. I mean, it's what's a piece of cake. And you can see, I did that tree. Let's go back up just a little bit if you can. Oh, right there, the little tree. Yes.
That one.
I did that on November 9th. Yes, and I'm scheduled. I'm going to come and do the one on December 14th. And I said to Claire, and she teaches it. I said, that looks like a little more difficult. There's a lot of other stuff going on. And she said, well, just a little bit. But the interesting thing is you begin to learn how to put all the colors and all the pieces together. When I was looking, I thought, oh, I'd like to paint, but I don't know where to begin. When you come to the senior paint party, you get to socialize with other people, but you also have an opportunity to sit and relax. And I was telling Claire today when I was talking about, I said, when you paint, when you're an artist, you have to take time to relax and have patience, because if you don't have patience, if you don't allow the paint to dry, you're going to have an absolute mess. and so one of the things I found out that they do is when we're at a paint party, sometimes you're putting the acrylic paint there. You have to use a hairdryer to dry it. And recently, because I wanted to do some watercolors, with the grandkids, I did some watercolors before, and you have to be very careful because they can all run in together. Then I found out when I was talking to the gentleman who was doing the watercolors, I said, so how do you keep things from running together? She said, well, you paint the little area here and let that dry and go over the other side. And then if all else fails, you use a hairdryer to dry off the watercolor so you can continue painting. I said, wow, how did I know that artists use hairdryers in order to complete their work in a shorter period of time? It's just amazing, the techniques. And one of the things that I think is so special, and I'm trying to get this across to everybody, that we have some fabulous youth arts programs. And I didn't know until recently that our instructors use history, mechanics, science, and math to create. They're using STEM. Oh my goodness gracious! Yes, this is. And
I wanted to talk about this. Yeah.
Oh, the princess party! Oh my gosh, I think that is so cool because we're looking at things to bring in younger people, and we promoted having a little princess party. So mom and I think their ages. I think the youngest age was 3 to 6. They came out, had a little tea party. They were able to make bracelets. We had older princesses that were doing face painting and polishing nails. So it was a fun thing. We already have reservations for youth to come and be part of that in January. And look at this lady. This is the fairy godmother. Is also, that's Kathy Wilkie. She is one of our art instructors. And when she heard about the princess party, she said, oh, I want to be part of it. So she bought this gown, and here she is with one of the princesses. It was just really an exciting time. See, we got someone over there painting nails. So it was really a fun time. We're looking at doing something that'll get the dads and the boys together. We're also looking at, if someone out there, we want to do something with a date night. And I've suggested that maybe our former president, Karen Trasteri, do a charcuterie party. So people can go ahead and bring the foods that they like, show them how to do a charcuterie plate, and then have a party afterward. You know, we can they can invite some friends, and they can have some wine, and they can have, you know, a little party there. So I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do. I loved the charcuterie. It's absolutely beautiful. You don't want to get into it, eat it, but oh, it looks so good. You have to.
Yeah, we showed it earlier with Karen. When I had Karen on, I showed the board that she had made, and I'll tell you, she is so creative. And I don't know, that takes patience to put those, and it looks so good. And I was saying to Gail, you know, I really don't like those boards because they have really crappy salami and different things on. And Karen's doesn't. Karen's, I was looking at it, and she doesn't have those type of meats that I personally don't care for. Maybe you like them out there, but
she put some fabulous cheeses on it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Gail, what would you like to say to our audience? Because we need to wrap it up. You and I have been talking, yakking. Who is anybody with us? Nobody's with us. They're all eating dinner.
They could be. They're getting ready to go. So they're getting ready to go. Either
you got to go shop at the top.
I have to go to the Twisted Fork with Shop for a Cop, and there are some folks that are going to be going to the Loveland Center's barbecue.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I want people to do is, first of all, I agree with you that first and all, we should all be kind. Kind to one another, but be kind to ourselves also, because if we're kind to us, we'll be kind to others. The other thing is, think about the organizations that are in your community that are providing services. If you have an opportunity, volunteer to be part of that in some way. Maybe it's an hour a week, maybe it's a couple hours a month, whatever. Think about doing that. And then also think about how you can financially support that organization. The easiest way that I can see, there are some people right now thinking, okay, they want a tax deduction. Maybe they need to have an IRA distribution. Maybe they need to spend some more money so that they can reduce their. The nonprofit volunteers are looking. They're looking right now for donations during this time. And if nothing else, think about giving a monthly donation. It's an easy thing to do. And yes, like that, what you do makes a difference. And you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Thank you so much, Marie, for agreeing to do this for us. I really appreciate you, your expertise, your kindness, your willingness to go ahead and provide this wonderful service. I appreciate that.
Well, Gail, thank you for asking me to do this. It's one of the things that I can do for organizations. I can stream, and there's a lot of different ways. I know I had a few glitches today, but that's expected when you're dealing with streaming technology and that. And to everybody out there, you can go to www.northportartcenter.org, or call 941-423-6460. If you want to donate, if you call after Gail's gone, nobody's going to be there, but you can leave a message. And you have a donor that's matching up to $2,000. So that's Victor Gardner. And hopefully they hit that goal, because it'll make the donation $4,000. And we're just happy if they get anything. So
right. The giving doesn't have to stop today.
Yeah.
You know, you can, whatever, whether it's next week, next month, please consider a donation to a nonprofit of your choice.
And we're going to end this by playing the song. And you're here.
Make a difference.
Effort. Stand right here. Together as one. We are here for the effort.
Act right now.
Thank you.
And make a difference.
And make a difference. We are here. Thank you, everybody. And today is your day. Make a difference just by being kind. Thank you.